I'm going to put these heavy-duty clutch springs in a Ninja 500. So I already kind of started. So you have to take off the clutch cable and then of course the clutch cover down here. I drain the oil first because the engine oil shares with the clutch. And then we'll spin this clutch cable nut back all the way. And you come up back over here. And this is where I messed up. So this is a 10mm bolt, but there's also a nut on the bottom. You have to take the nut off first and then you screw the bolt out. I tried to screw the bolt out and I ended up breaking the bolt. So take the nut off first and then screw the bolt out. And then once you get the bolt out, you obviously need to adjust your thing, roll your lock ring back, and then adjust your thing all the way in. And then you can pull your actual cable out. Well, let's pull the lever out of your housing first, and then line up your slots here and here, and then just bring it out like that. And then on the side here, you can just run your lever out, that way it doesn't fall down, and just set it aside. And then you come down here. Of course, now your cable has some play in it, so you can run it forward. This one doesn't need to be moved, just this one here. And then take all these out. I took the fairings off for another job. They're not hard. They come off in kind of in pieces. So the top, and then I think this one comes off, and then the big one comes off. There's very few fasteners. Most of it is just rubber nubs that hold it on. Most of them are they're 10mm. You have to watch out though because they're shouldered. They're different shoulder lengths. And then these were 4mm hex that I just had a little socket, Allen wrench or something. So all these, for the most part, are the same until you get to this one. It's long. This actually was chopped into there. This is a long one. You can mark it if you need to, but clearly it's long there and about the right size there. This one also was held on to that. This one, and this one with a heavy dimple in it has the Loctite on it, and it goes in this specific hole, so you want to mark that as well. These I took out because they hold this bracket. They're short, so obviously they won't work in here because they don't do anything. So they'll go in that bracket there. And then I just kind of held this up out of the way. So then you'll have to take your lever and pull it clear forward, or clear rearward, so it can release your shaft around your clutch thing. And then I had to kind of pry mine off to get it to come loose, but then have it rearward and it'll just come right off. And there it is, and you can just set this aside however you need to. And then that's that. My gasket is in good shape, so I'm going to reuse mine. This is a 2024, and it's got 2,000 miles on it, but it's in good shape all the way around. So I'm going to reuse it. You can buy a new one, obviously, if you need to. I'm just going to loosen these. Evenly. Helps if you have a good ratchet. This is what I use to take off the fairing bolts, just a 4mm Allen. Stuck on there good. We'll loosen these evenly. It's a pressure plate on there. I was going to do the clutch packs as well, but I didn't want to go in that far. I wasn't having any clutch problems. Other than the clutch on this is real weird. There's no friction zone. It's just all sloppy and wimpy. So I wanted an actual definite friction zone and a better feel. So I opted to get the heavy duty springs. That way I have a better feel and it won't be so much clutch wear so quickly. These are longer than I thought they were. Okay, 1, 2. I don't know if this plate makes a difference. I doubt it does. But I'm just going to lay it down as the way it came off. Just like that. It does have dots on it. We're going to go just like that. And then these are the springs. I also didn't want to mess with the clutch because I don't have tools to get a lot of this crap off. Honestly, I don't know what holds it on. Alright, so let's get my stuff out here. This is actually a fairly straightforward job here. Looks like they're just taller, not so much stiffer. They don't feel like they're any stiffer. It's just you got more of them. So I suppose theoretically you could just put a spacer on here to make these taller. But whatever. So we're just going to go right back on. That just catches some threads. They're that much taller. Make sure your spring is in that little recessed area. And spin it back on. Want to do this evenly as well. Okay, so I've got them snugged, and I had to search online, but I found these were 89 inch-pounds, so that's what we're going to do them at. I don't have a preset for 89 inch-pounds, so we're going to have to run it up. Oopsie. Alright, 89 inch-pounds. Here we go. I'm going to do a little bit at a time still. Alright, well it ends up being 93, but okay, well that's pretty straightforward, I'd say. I'm just going to wipe this oil off a little bit. Make me feel better, you know what I mean? Feels like just a fiber gasket of some sort. I thought it was metal, but I don't think this is, but I'm not going to really tear it out to find out. Oh, maybe it is a little bit metal. It was like $40, so it must be metal with like a graphic coating on or something. So hopefully it don't leak, but I guess if it does, I'll take it off again. We'll make sure this is clean. Not sure what that is. What's going on with that? Oh, it's got some. So it looks like maybe some of that graphite did come off on here. Okay, here's your deal here. So it just has an opening there that ends up on that dilly bopper. So then we kind of set it on there. And you have to move the. Okay, what's going on here? You got a guide pin there. Okay, there it goes. Okay, but it's on there, but you have to have the plate off just a little bit to get your lever to go back. Okay, there it went. Good grief. And it eventually just fell into place. It's like you have to kind of work them both together, but there it went. So, because now I actually had marked this before, those little lines there, so we'll just, actually let's not do that yet. We'll leave that there. Let's put, this, let's undo this here. Let's put this bolt in here. I'll kind of put this one in as well. Oh, those are 8mm. So we'll use this here. I just got an 8mm nut driver here. Okay, just very, very lightly snug those up. All right, now I'll take my brake lever and then put this thing, oopsie, goes like this. So put that back in there and then run it back up through there. And then we run it through the slots and then back to our hole here. And in my case, I'm just going to set this in there since I had broke the end off. Because this body is actually threaded, so this bolt threads into that and then you capture it with the nut. Well, I didn't realize this body was threaded, so that's where I screwed up. So that'll hold that at least. And then it's just a matter of putting it back together. All these just go in. And then this one, I have a little bit of Loctite. It needs to be like a thread sealant locker, which blue Loctite is also considered a thread sealant. And it just goes over in though. Which one is it? Which one is it? This one. It goes on this one. I had marked it before because I knew I'd fucking forget. I did notice when this cover was off, you could see daylight through this hole, so that's why there's thread locker, because oil can just come out of that hole because it's just basically the case of the engine block. Oopsie. So that's why. Put that back up to that one. And this one's gonna go here. There's also a torque spec for these. Right now we're just gonna snug them up. We're gonna kind of alternate here. Even pressure on the gasket. Okay, so this normally had red Loctite. I'm going to use blue because that's what I have, and it says on here lock and seal adhesive. I think probably can't read that because it's this old tube. So we'll just put a little bit on there. And then put it right in the hole. This one's a little stiff because it has a little lock sealant on it, so it'll turn hard. And I can put these little guys in here. This is the nut off my brake lever bolt. That's what that's for. Okay. And it says to go 87 inch-pounds. It does have an actual torque sequence, so we're going to try and follow that a little bit here. I thought I had 87 saved, but I don't. Okay, 87. So I don't know why the hell there's numbers clear out there, but so it basically just goes 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's weird. It's an interesting pattern. Oops, that's 8mm. Where's my 8mm? Okay. 8mm. Come on, you stupid phone. So we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm surprised it doesn't go across the top. It just goes all the way around. 5, 6. I don't know why 7's clear out there, but we're just gonna go back over here now because we'll just go all the way around, make sure they're all tight. These don't need to be torqued for this little bracket, but they give a torque spec. It's 87 as well, so I guess it just gets 87. They can be just snug, it don't matter. Your cover bolts need to be torqued because of the gasket. Okay. You don't need a fancy torque wrench either. You could buy a cheap one at Harbor Freight, because as long as it's, even if it's off a little bit as accuracy, as long as they're all the same torque and close to spec, then you're good. Okay, so that's that. And then I had bought the Kawasaki full synthetic oil, and then of course I'll change the oil or change the filter on it too. And then so we'll just put the 2.1 quarts in it and a filter, and then adjust this back, and then it's all about setting the cable, the clutch cable tension. I kind of just want to get a quick feel just to see. Oops, gotta turn this baby back out. Not gonna be real accurate since my bolt's broken, but no, actually I had to reset this legitly, but okay, so it's not hard, but it definitely has a good feel to it instead of just absolutely nothing. Because before, I mean, it was like you could have a child's hand on here and pull it back with ease. This actually has pretty good tension that could be tiresome after a while. So that's pretty easy job. So I do think this fairing is in the way, so you'd have to move this fairing. But they're super simple to get off. You start with the 2 bolts here, and then there's fasteners here and here, and then the thing just pops off these grommet thingies. I had to take these fasteners out as well to get it off the front section. And then of course you have wherever it went. You have the electrical outlet for your blinker. I'm not sure where it's at. Oh, here, it's clear down. I don't know where it's at. Somewhere. Anyway, and then you have your piece that snaps into here and then goes into here and something else. I took them off a long time ago. So that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching.